In my previous video, I said I'm going to talk about things that I believe contributed to the death of Nigerian football. Like, I mean local football, or not English Premier League or the likes. I mean Eyimba, Rangers, Idel, Peace FC, and etc. I mean local football. What contributed to the death of local football? And I'm going to go it separately. Like each video, I will say one and explain it each video until I'm done with it. Then number one factor, which I believe is the major ingredient that contributed to the death of Nigerian football is government involvement in Nigerian football. Government involvement in Nigerian football, I believe, is the major factor that contributed to the death of football in Nigeria. You might be wondering, how does government involvement lead to the death of Nigerian football? Well, government generally, they don't know how to run business. Like, they don't know how to run business. Business have only one output, which is profits. But when it comes to government don't care about that output. What they care about is just what they are doing, if they are doing it, and if they think it's a means of employment or generating employment. They don't care if the output, which is the profit, is coming in from there. And if it's not coming, they look for another source to get money, which is getting a loan or raising tax or whatever thing, but not even trying to improve that thing they are doing. So that's why government don't know how to run business. Now, having that in mind, football actually is a business. Football actually is a business. And until it is being run like a business, football will never grow past whatever it is right now. And Nigerian football, it is not being run like a business. They see it like a charity cause or something like that. Like, they don't care what happens. They just believe as long as the football is still being played now. NPFL is going on now. NNL is going on now. NLO is going on now. What else do you want us to do? But actually, football is business, and until it's being run like a business, nothing will change. Please, apologize for the wind interference in the voice. I'm currently at the Oka City Stadium. So 90% of NPFL clubs is being owned, or rather is being funded by any sitting governor. Now you can imagine what happens to that club whenever a sitting governor is not really interested in football. Your guess is as good as mine. Across Europe, or let's say the whole world at large anyways, football clubs or leagues per se is being run privately, like a private business. That's why you see them soaring and being better at whatever they are doing. But in Nigeria, the case is different. Government interferes with everything. Now, remember I said that government don't know how to run business generally. So now, given that they don't know how to run business, so they don't even know what to do to that thing they are doing that is not working to make it work. So every sitting governor comes in, he promises to ensure that the football of the state is this, is that. To him, he's seeing it like he's doing a charity cause to that state, not seeing it as a business. But until we start, like I said, until we start seeing it like a business, until these governors get their hands off as a matter of urgency, football in that state or in Nigeria, football in Nigeria will keep on being this bad. Now, I'll be more precise on how government interference in football is led to the death of Nigerian football. Now, imagine a sitting governor comes in newly, he's been elected as the governor of the state, and he is to be in charge of what happens in the football club of that state. Let's take Rangers International for an example. Now, the governor comes in, he's a politician. Of course, he would want to appease his political friends. He will look for sensitive posts, fix his political friends there, and they do whatever they are doing. It doesn't matter if they are doing well. He can't fire them because why? They are his friends, and he's trying to use it to compensate them for one thing or other that they have done for him while running for that position. So definitely that game or that club will not improve. Now I will use Rangers. Like I said, I'm using Rangers as an example. Look at what is happening in Rangers. Rangers is not supposed to be where it is. I can tell you that as it stands, like I'm making this post right now, making this video, Rangers International doesn't have a website where you can go and get details of what is happening. I do come to watch Rangers match at the Oka City Stadium. This is currently their home ground since Buruburu, the governor of Enugu State, started renovating their stadium at Enugu for over 2 years now. Yes, I guess getting to 2 years now. Sorry, getting to 2 years now. Nothing has been done that will show that yes, okay, next season, like they promised, that Rangers is going to play their home game in their original home ground. Nothing yet has shown any indication of Rangers playing their home game in the next their next season home game at their stadium. So right now, from every signal that we have gotten, every indication, Rangers will still use this Oka City Stadium. This is Oka City Stadium. We still use this Oka City Stadium as their home ground. To save football in Nigeria, what have to be done is very simple. This government, or government rather, should just float these football clubs like a company. Let people buy shares from them. Anybody with the highest share number of shares takes control of the club. He hires, he fires, he takes the final decision. Trust me, just like every other clubs in Europe, these clubs will start doing well. Now, if you think maybe what I'm saying is not a tested fact, now look at all the privately owned football clubs in Nigeria. Compare their quality with the government-funded football clubs. Then you tell the difference. My name is Mazi Chizoba. I'm a sports advertiser and marketer.